She screamed, "This is a restricted neighborhood. Arrest them at once." My wife froze, still clutching the heavy box in her hands. We had only just moved in that morning. The moving truck sat in the driveway, and my kids darted around, thrilled to explore. I turned toward the woman, perfectly pressed clothes, sunglasses perched high on her head, clutching a clipboard like she ran the universe. Without a hello, she barked orders as if she owned the block. "Ma'am, we just moved in," I said, forcing a polite smile. "We have the paperwork." "Paperwork," she scoffed. "I am the paperwork here. You didn't get HOA approval to move in today. That's a violation." She jabbed a finger at my wife, who was dripping with sweat from the boxes. "She's trespassing." Anger burned in me, but I stayed cool. My wife, though, was ready to explode. "Trespassing? Lady, this is our house. We're moving our own things inside." She dropped the box with a thud. Karen's face turned scarlet, and with a smug grin she whipped out her phone. "Clearly you don't understand. I'll let the police handle it." She dialed 911 right in front of us. I sighed, leaning toward my wife. "Let her. This might actually help us." Within minutes, a squad car rolled up. My kids peeked nervously through the window while neighbors gathered on their lawns, whispering like it was prime entertainment. Karen strutted up to the officers, triumphant. "Thank goodness you're here. These people are trespassing, violating HOA rules, and refusing to comply. Arrest them immediately." The younger officer frowned. Ma'am, we don't usually arrest people for moving into their own house." "Do your job," Karen snapped, "or I'll call your supervisor. This neighborhood has rules, and they're breaking all of them." His gaze shifted from me to my wife and then froze. Silence fell. Then, to everyone's shock, he straightened and saluted. "Ma'am," he said with respect, "it's an honor. I didn't know you lived here." Karen's face drained of color. "Wait, what? You know her?" My wife crossed her arms, calm, radiating authority. Karen's smugness faltered, but she stammered. "I don't care who she is. She's breaking HOA rules." The officer's tone hardened. "Step back, ma'am, now." The crowd gasped. I couldn't help but smirk. Karen stumbled, rattled by his sudden command. The neighbors hushed, straining for answers. My wife stood tall, composed, making Karen look ridiculous. "Officer, what's happening?" Karen demanded, her voice trembling. "I'm head of the HOA. You can't just ignore me." But the older officer never looked at her. His eyes stayed on my wife. "Ma'am, do you need assistance? Are these people harassing you or your family?" Karen's jaw dropped. "Harassing? Excuse me?" She shrieked. "They're the ones breaking the rules. She can't move in without approval. This is trespassing." "That's enough," the officer barked, his voice like thunder. Even his partner flinched. Karen froze, stunned. No one had ever spoken to her that way in her self-proclaimed kingdom. Finally, my wife spoke, calm but cutting. "Officer, my husband and I purchased this home legally. We have all the documents. From the moment we arrived, this woman has harassed us, threatened arrest, and even tried to stop my children from entering their own house." Gasps rippled through the crowd. A neighbor muttered, "She really said that to the kids." Karen's eyes darted around, desperate for allies, but everyone looked away. Her grip on the neighborhood was slipping. The younger officer cleared his throat. "Ma'am," he said to Karen, "do you actually have proof of these violations? Any documentation we can see?"